say a whole bunch of things. At the end of the day, you have to show it.
You want to get the fans going in your own building? Hit Provi. And then he has a set of hands that are incredible. Back through the legs, off the skate. Domi doesn't pick it up. Too much ice to cover for everybody. A save by Hart. Wow. He got right to left.
Incredible goal by Giroux. Watch this. Puck protection and elevates that shot.
Giroux walks through. Oh my goodness. This is something special right here.
Be a Flyer.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Pucking Flyers podcast. Yes, you heard me right. Pucking with a P, not an F. With a
It can
P.
be.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the whole joke. My name is Patrick Wilson, and I am proudly joined by my co-hosts, Jonathan Papp and Samantha Wismer. Guys, how are we doing today?
Good. Just got off a three-peat weekend with the Phantoms. Great times.
Great
Yeah.
times. I love it.
I am a bit fired up today, so let's just get it rolling.
Yeah, the Eagles got demolished, and
But also the Cowboys lost, so it's okay.
Yeah.
They're an
if the-
accident waiting to happen. What will go wrong? I've been saying that line all day. What can go wrong will go wrong. The famous words of Stephen A. Smith.
Fair enough. My day wasn't bad either. Like, as you guys can see, Sam, if you can kindly point. Other side.
Oh my
There
God.
it is. We got the new logo. For you guys on YouTube, we practiced this, Sam.
I know we did.
No opposite.
For you guys on YouTube that can actually see this, we actually got our new logo. So that's going to be awesome to see. And I'm sure we'll put it on our Anchor account too. I got to send that over to Six Pack as well. Shout out to them, by the way, for sponsoring this. And we'll get everything together and, finally fully have everything out there. And we'll go from there. So I guess first things first, let's review our predictions from last week. What are you guys happy with your predictions? I feel like Sam is.
I was right, except for Carolina. We got canceled.
Well, Carolina got postponed, but I mean, in retrospect, we're just postponing them losing. So
Pat, go over the picks and then go over what actually happened.
fair enough. I know my pick, I went 1-2-0, saying that they were going to beat Boston, but they ended up not beating Boston. But at the same time, I'm kind of happy because David Pasternak got me 13.3 points on fantasy, so that's a plus. Sam said 0-3, so she's definitely the closest. And you said 1-1-1?
Yeah, aren't I the closest? Aren't they 1-1 this week?
No, they lost both games. They're 0-2.
Oh, that's right. They've lost 7 straight. Sorry. I'm counting moral victories.
What
Those
moral
moral-
victories are you talking about?
Cam York scored.
Okay, well,
All right.
yes. Okay,
Fair enough.
I gotta give it up for my boy York. He definitely made me proud.
Yeah, he stepped it up there. Dude, York's still been doing awesome in both of those games. Like he did really well. I think when they came back against Boston after a 4-day break, they were so slow on their feet, so sluggish. Like it just seemed like they did not want to be there. And it wasn't just the team skating around. I thought Hart was kind of slow and sluggish too. Like that entire first period was just completely taken over by Boston.
But
Well, here. Ready?
sorry for Cam York. Cheers on never coming back to the AHL, buddy.
Sam is happy and upset about that.
He deserves it. He's a good player. Wade Allison, you're up at the NHL, buddy, because I don't foresee him coming back after today.
Did he get pulled up there?
Not yet. Not yet, but I foresee him being pulled up to at least the taxi squad on Tuesday.
Okay. Fair enough. And they play the Islanders on Monday.
Tuesday.
Oh, it's back to back.
They play the Islanders Tuesday.
Yeah, they play the Islanders at New York on Monday and then
Oh.
at home on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at the schedule right now. I'm not sure if you can
Yeah, I
see
can
the
see
white
it.
there.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I thought they didn't go back until Tuesday.
No, that's fine.
Pat, can you add his screen, please?
Let's relive. He's trying to
Oh,
be
right.
professional about it and not feel like we are unprepared. But here we go. Cam
All right.
York.
Wing. McEwen wheels in front and was checked. The puck sat there for a moment. Now York is shot. Score! Cam York's first in the Metro, and it's 2-1 Philadelphia.
So proud of him.
Well, what an effort by Zach McEwen from the defensive zone all the way up the ice.
The hype
Great
goal
drive
song.
to the net. And that Cam York
That the fans
follows it
picked?
up with a blast from the point.
No, they didn't.
His
Yes, they
first
did. They had a
National Hockey League
contest.
goal. And watch the move
I
by McEwen
guarantee
that makes
you
it happen. Chips it off the board,
Not many
pushes it
fans
ahead,
picked this song.
Skating all the way, drives around the defender, takes the hit to
What a
make
play
the
by McEwen.
Fox chips it off the boards. It goes
I
right
love that guy.
to York, who walks in and blasts it home. Rolling puck there. It goes
Just
past
sneaks
the
through.
defender, Miller, and past to Sturkin.
That was a
As the
nice
goalie to
shot.
Score your first goal on. Wasn't an important goal for the Flyers. We're up 2-1 on Cam York's.
You know, he seems to be one of the few players that just kind of doesn't seem rattled or has the most confidence right now, and he's only played less than 10 games in the NHL. Kind of speaks
He's played,
about
like,
this
7.
team. Yeah.
He's played 6 or 7. Hold on, let me look that up real quick. Yeah, but he has been doing phenomenal the whole time he's been up. Like, I'm really happy that he is up there. Cam York, he's got 2 points, load, 5 games. He's got a goal and assist
Yeah.
in 5 games. So, but at the same time, he's also played tough teams too, and he still played really well. Like, he played Pittsburgh, Boston, and the Rangers. Those are 3 tough teams. The other 2 teams are San Jose and Anaheim, which Anaheim's actually a decent team this year, aren't they? Or am I crazy?
Anaheim?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, they're 19 and 15. They're
yeah.
third in the Pacific. So they're a decent team this year. So he played 4 decently good teams. So, and he's played really
Anaheim
well in
is
all
the
of them.
7th seed right now. Or
Yeah.
tied for the 6th seed. So
Yeah, so that's what I mean. He's played really good teams and he's looked really well. He's definitely ready to be up here and he's giving this Flyers team what they need. So,
And, just watching him when he played with the Phantoms, last season and, well, part of last season and this season, watching him get his first NHL goal is just like, I've said this before on podcasts. I feel like a proud mama bear when I watch these guys get their first assists, first points, first goals. It's just, you watch these guys develop down in the minor league. I mean, I wouldn't say it's kind of
or lack thereof.
Lack thereof. I mean, Cam needed maybe just a smidge. And he's still developing. He's going to develop this year. He's
21.
Yeah, and he's thrown into a situation that most 21-year-olds would be stepping down from. Like, I don't know what I would be like. Hey, you're going up to the big league. Oh, okay.
But he's also played big games, though. He's played,
yeah.
He was the captain of USA team last year or 2 years ago where they won. He went to Michigan, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a big time program. So he's played in big games before, and it just shows in how calm he is when the team around him is shaky.
He's very mature for being 21 and being where he is. But just, it's just a proud moment, especially watching these guys when they go up, make their first everythings. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he's just been phenomenal up here. And the fact that you're a proud little mama bear when it comes to him.
Or proud
Even though
older, proud older sister, I guess. I'm
he's
not proud.
he's really only been in the AHL for maybe half a year.
Not even.
So just how much potential he has in him, and the fact that he's not going anywhere from the Flyers. I really hope they don't send him down again.
It was
They shouldn't.
not to go into too much Phantoms talk because this is a Flyers podcast, but last night Lappy made the first line. You can tell it was all like NHL caliber ready guys.
So who did they have on that line?
I'm bringing up the picture right now because I actually took a picture.
Okay. I'm assuming Wade Allison was on it.
Wyatt Wiley, Connor Bunneman, Igor Zamula, Wade Allison, Max Willman, and Sandstrom.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously Sandy was goalie, but that first line, yeah.
Yes, I know. Actually, all those players have played at least one game in the NHL.
Wyatt hasn't.
Wyatt hasn't?
Wyatt hasn't been called up yet. He obviously played in preseason games, but he hasn't been called up yet. He was called up to the taxi squad at the end of last season.
Okay. I did remember hearing his name. I thought he did play a game or two last season. So,
yeah.
All right. Okay. But either way, that's a deadly top line offense and defense.
Yeah. I mean, Wyatt has really good puck, like, blocking control.
You're good. So based off of who we have right now and the way York is playing, do you think that we have a chance of getting, slightly better down the line? Or do you think COVID and injuries are still going to be an issue, John?
This year?
Yeah.
I have shifted my attention. Fully shifted it to tank.
Just to tank the season?
1, 2, 4. What? I just need some farm people to just come up. What? So I want to bring up an article that Bobby Clark said.
Do it up.
Said something that Ron Hextal did not do. And he is similar to...
you sent this to me, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, I did read this.
So put it this way. Bobby Clark, we all know, big-time Flyers player or ex-player. And Ron Hextall, also a big-time ex-Flyers player. And he was also the GM for the Flyers a couple years ago before he was let go. And let's bring it back to the draft of, I forget what year it was, but it was the draft where Nolan Patrick was selected second overall. And
I remember exactly everything in this now.
Ron Hextall did not listen to his scouts. Bobby Clark said, 2017 draft, none of our scouts wanted Nolan Patrick. They wanted Makar, who Makar is a very, very good defenseman out of he plays for the Avalanche now. And he is very, very skilled.
Yeah, he's elite and a half right now.
Let me just continue this. Bobby Clark also said Hextall made that choice himself, and there were other choices made in our draft that we're paying for now. We've got 2 or 3 first-round picks that are never going to play. That's why we're struggling. Hexy made some huge mistakes. That sounds like the Philadelphia Eagles, believe it or not.
That sounds like Philadelphia in general, other than the Sixers right now.
Well, the Sixers also drafted a guy who doesn't shoot. So
he's the only one that's failed out of all of them so far, to be fair.
No, Pat, there's a lot more fails before we got to Embiid. But
I'm just saying within recent years.
Yeah. So Pat, if when I share my screen, can you play this video, because this was pretty nuts. If I can ever find this video.
I thought you said we were supposed to be like prepared or something.
We are prepared. So NHL Network, they're going over NHL Tonight Show. They said basically he's a Connor McDavid of defensemen. Put it that way. Yeah.
Fair enough. And he's on the Avalanche right now.
Yes. So here, Pat, let me add this to.
It should pop right up since you're. Oh no, never mind.
It's because I'm not logged in.
Oh yeah, true.
So
you're good to go.
Here's one of his goals.
Makar streaking up here with our Jägermeister. It didn't go well for him. Yeah. Cale Makar streaking up here with our Jägermeister shot of the night, and Cale Makar gets his.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Let's scroll up.
Forsberg will challenge Pietrangelo.
To here.
Passes to himself.
He's going to be on the right.
Really smooth.
There we go, on the right.
Oh, I remember that.
That, like, how soaky of mitts do you have to do that?
As a defenseman,
no Flyers player, let alone defenseman, is making that play.
Jams on the break, cuts back, takes us toward the net, forehand, backhand, top shelf.
Jesus.
Good night.
Yeah, the first round picks for the Flyers have not worked well as of late. Like who's the most recent first rounder that's really up right now? Is that Provorov?
No, it's Cam York.
Oh, York was the first round.
Most recent, 2019.
I thought he was second.
No, he's the first round pick.
He was the first. Okay.
Yeah. And then here, Pat, share the screen again. Now, getting back to my tanking theory. Okay, the Flyers are right now the 11th seed. They have 33 points, and they are currently 13 points behind Boston. They are not catching them.
If you would share your screen, I can actually share it.
Well, hold on. I'm not going to share the standings yet. 13 points behind. Even if you go on a 10-game winning streak tomorrow, you know they're just going to lose 6 in a row again. Like, there is no consistency. There is nothing. So, watch the season. Bring in a coach. I like Mike Yeo and what he's kind of done with this group, but I need a coach that will, teach and develop. And now, Pat, I will share my screen. This, ladies and gentlemen, is called Tankathon. Any sport you can look up, and it shows the order of which, if the season ended today, what the draft order would be, right? And here we are, your Philadelphia Flyers, 7th. Now, they can move up into the top 5. I believe if you can fully commit to it. And you don't really need to fully commit. I mean, we're losing already.
They're doing a great job committing to that.
Yeah. So this website's great, Tankathon. Then you can hit like mock drafts and see, oh, Brad Lambert, whoever you are, you're probably better than what we got. He's a center right winger, 6 foot, 180 pounds. And then you go to the big board. Pick odds. If my screen would ever stop freezing, that would be fantastic. But anyway, we have a right now 6.7% chance of getting number 1 overall pick. Now, remember, the NHL went to a lottery system.
That is true, yeah. And
lottery
Philadelphia has had some luck with the lottery.
Yes. Lottery odds are an estimate until official 16-team odds are released. NHL is unclear about some scenarios in the new lottery rules in which a team can only jump 10 spots. So the NHL has put in this system. And if you can move up to be in the top 4, you have an 11% chance of getting the number 1 overall pick. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that they should continue to try and make the playoffs? Or would you like them to shift gears? Not really, and tank?
With the way they're picking their first rounders, I don't think it really matters at this point.
Well, no, because Hextall's gone. You have Chuck Fletcher. Tyson Forster, we don't know yet. He's been hurt a little bit. Cam York, he's picked. He picked Cam York.
And he's up.
Tyson
You know,
Forster-
first round pick doesn't sound bad. Sorry, Sam.
No, it's okay. Tyson Forster is more than likely out for the rest of the season.
Put it this way.
Great.
Put it this
Great.
way. The higher you get up this board, the more likely it's going to be a slam dunk pick. Meaning you don't have to think, oh, we have, these 3 guys that are at the top. 2 of them are going to get picked. The other one's going to fall in our lap. Bang. Simple pick. The more that you slide down towards the teens and double digits, that's where it gets a little dicey. And that's where you need to be a good drafting team, which we are not. And so the higher, the more you can lose, the better chance of a playmaker, a game changer, and the quicker you can turn this franchise around.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, a first round, as long as Chuck Fletcher can actually draft well, I wouldn't mind a first round pick. But our drafts have not been fantastic recently. So that makes me a little hesitant on whether or not I really want to tank to try and get that top spot just to waste it on somebody that's not going to play for 7 years.
No, it's not 7 years. The NHL now is like 2 or 3, depending on who you draft.
I know. I know there are a couple people that are down in the AHL right now that were first round picks that have been down there for 5 years, like Morgan Frost. He was down there for a while.
But that's just because it was a numbers thing and he couldn't they needed more of a veteran than a younger player at the moment. But now you can play Morgan Frost every night. You can play Cam York every night. You can play Wade Allison. He's not going to come up and be on the taxi squad, right? You can, I don't think it needs to be a full rebuild. Like I think with the right coach and at the end of this year, you can kind of reevaluate and kind of do what Chuck Fletcher did, just with less trades, more free agent signings. I think that you definitely can turn it around a little bit and at least be in the playoff run. But I think for this year, at least, you need to just shut it down and kind of cut your losses at this point.
Ride it out.
So if that's the case, if you think Wade Allison is coming up, who do you think's going back down? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, wasn't Cates
probably
on the bottom 4 line?
Yeah, and I know they just called Bunneman up today, and they also put Kirill Ustimenko on the taxi squad.
Okay.
But he's a goalie, so.
Yeah.
But
okay. Go ahead, Sam.
Sorry, John. Going over like the rebuild, Jamie Baskow put out an article today. I think it was today. Do you rebuild or do you retool? Retooling means, putting in Band-Aids and just hoping we become a contender with these Band-Aids, or do we go into a full rebuild? Because a full rebuild can take 5 years.
Yeah, and Giroux's time is almost up here too. So how long do we really need to wait for that as well?
Well, that's where you have to make a decision.
Yeah, do we need these guys up right now to try and make a huge playoff push one last time for Giroux? or do we wait until he retires, or either retires or if he would like to be traded, which I don't think we're gonna trade him. He's been here his entire career. Like unless money becomes a huge issue, I don't see him going anywhere. But like, especially right now, since he's been the top point leader on our team for a couple weeks now, and he hasn't even gotten any points in the past 3 or 4 games.
Pat, share my screen real quick if you can. So, here are the free agents for 2022 after this year. Giroux, you're definitely gonna have to make a decision. This is what we paid Chuck Fletcher for. Rasmus Ristolainen is gonna be here next year. He has to be. You can't trade a first round pick and not have him here. And I think he's played well enough to get a big contract. Martin Jones probably won't be here. Justin Braun is an interesting one. You might bring him back just to, kind of shore up that back end. Keith Angels, I would definitely let go. Wade Allison's a tough one. You'd probably re-sign him since he's a restricted free agent. Morgan Frost is one that you kind of have to re-sign because he's a high draft pick. Derek Brassard's probably gone. Zach McEwen is a really interesting one. He's been arguably your best player the last month.
Yeah, I hope they re-sign him again.
Yeah. So
how old is he?
He is, give it a second.
Oh wait, he signed a 2-year contract with us.
No.
Oh,
it was
that's
with the
Canucks. Sorry.
And then he's in the second year of that deal. But he's a restricted free agent, which helps.
Yeah.
So he must be younger because older players are unrestricted free agents.
Oh, go back up. I just saw age next to his face.
25. 25 years old.
I'd be okay with signing him to a nice little 3-year deal or something. Like he's helped out a lot.
I see him as a kind of Scott Lawton type that'll kind of be here for a while, but he'll sign 2 or 3-year contracts for little money.
Yeah.
And I think that he could be here for a good amount of time.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's earned that. But you see, like, you're going to have to make a decision on James Van Riemsdyk because he's making a lot of money. And
you can let him go. That's fine. I wouldn't be
well, you would have to trade him. His contract's not up.
Oh, I thought we were talking about people that expired. Did you not say his name?
No. Here we are. Van Riemsdyk, he's getting paid $7 million this year, $7 million next year. I mean, that's a lot for somebody who's not a big part of this offense right now.
Yeah, and he's not really a top guy either, so trading him is going to be difficult. I have a feeling he's not going anywhere just because his trade value does not match his contract.
Because you definitely got to break it down. Like Cam's going to be here, right? Kevin Hayes has to be here. TK is going to be here. Coots is going to be here. Oscar is an interesting one too. I hate to say it, but he could be on a short leash. Farabee will obviously be here. Nate Thompson will be gone. Patrick Brown gone. Let's see. Defenseman. Ryan Ellis. I mean, we still don't know what Ryan Ellis is at all. We don't even have
We still have a long contract with him though.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed when he gets healthy.
Sanheim's an interesting one too because I've been listening on the radio because I like the guys who do the game, and they want him to jump up on the play a little bit longer or more often. They want him to join the rush because he is pretty talented in that aspect. But he's a younger guy, but is he a fit? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sam Morin will probably be gone. Nick Sealer is probably a depth guy. He could be back. Carter Hart will be here, obviously. He has to be. Tyson Forster will be here. Wade Allison, who's another high draft pick. Zayd Wisdom, hopefully.
He's with the OHL right now.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going to be an easy decision either way because we have some guys that can definitely help us out in the future. That we're going to need to re-sign, but who knows if we can re-sign all of them with everybody that we have that we can bring up as well. Because you also got to think of Wyatt Wiley. You also got to think of Max Willman and like all those guys that were in the top line today for Phantoms.
Yesterday, but yeah.
Yesterday. So that there's a lot more to this, and I feel like in the summertime will be a fantastic time to see like how our team ends with who we have, and then we can discuss this a lot more.
Yeah,
and get a much better idea.
Put it this way. I mean, Spot Check does a great job of having every sport and kind of breaking down everything. Your forwards are making $42, $43 million this year. Next year, they're making 45. So most of the forwards have to be back. So that just kind of proves that it needs to be a retool, even if you want it to be a rebuild. And you can kind of see that it's, 34, all the way until 2025 is when you kind of can start to think of a rebuild if it doesn't pan out.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. All right. What's next on the agenda?
Jumping off a bridge.
Did we want to do Provi's quote?
Yeah, we can do Provi's quote, and then we'll go to the injury/COVID list after that to see who's still on there and who isn't.
Let me bring it up.
So Provorov had some interesting words after being on the COVID protocol, because I don't blame him. He was definitely upset that his Iron Man streak ended. Sam, you have the quote up?
Yep. It says,
go ahead.
Ivan Provorov said, "You're willing to play through anything, any injury, any illness, and then here you get maybe a regular flu, not even, and then somebody tells you you can't come back when you feel fine, especially when you're trying to go out there and help your team win and take pride in that. But if it's just a flu that has a 99.9% survival rate, then everyone should play, because when there's other teams that play against us with the stomach flu for some reason, they're not canceling games. So why are they not letting us play or canceling games now? Something's got to change, and it has to change soon."
Yeah, so he basically said the same thing Carter Hart said last week. Like, things need to change with this COVID protocol. It's starting to get ridiculous. People are missing games when they're perfectly healthy, and it's just screwing teams over left and right, and it's also screwing the players over left and right.
Yeah, because they're not getting game checks.
Yeah, they're not getting game checks. The teams are now down like important players on their team, and it's just not right now. This COVID protocol is not a great protocol.
And the NHL is a dying sport as it is. They don't make a lot of money like the other three leagues. Like, if this was the NBA, the NFL, or even the MLB, these guys are making $5+ million, even if you're at the bottom of the roster. Or if you're a low-end starter, you're making $5+ million in each of those leagues. So, these guys are scraping $1, maybe $2 million a year, and it's hard to kind of feel fine, but then also can't get as much money as you can for whatever reason.
Fair enough. To be fair, I scrape by at 45,000 a year, so like I'm not really I don't really have a bad heart for them, or I don't feel bad for them if they miss one game check. They have another 900,000 coming their way. But yeah, no.
But
I'm
it's
sure
true,
they feel
though.
completely differently.
I mean, we all laugh at it, but that's their job. They don't have anything else. I mean, they've spent all of their lives preparing for it, and then not being able to play when most of the guys are, playing game to game because either they're on the Texas squad or, you know, every time they play is an audition for the other teams too, because if they get waived, anybody else can pick them up. So the only way that they make money is if they're out there. They don't get a paid vacation day or a paid sick day. If they don't play in the game, they don't get paid.
That is true. Yes.
Especially in the NHL. It's just how it
But
is.
either way, I would have just the way Ivan Provorov's Iron Man streak ended. That was not a good way to end it at all. Like, he's sitting at home perfectly healthy, and he's not playing a game because the league told him he can't. And then 2 days later, he's back. Like,
Yeah. It's kind of frustrating.
it's very frustrating.
I personally don't think it made a difference in the outcome of any of these games. I mean, the Penguins game, they would have been more competitive, but I still think that they would have lost.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be one of the first people to admit I don't think Provorov's been playing up to his potential that he has been in the past. Like, he definitely seems slower and a little bit more sloppy with the puck and whatnot, and is turning it over a little bit more. But he's still a vital part of this team. He's still very important. He's still a very good defender.
Yeah.
Like, we need him out there every day that we can, and he wants to be out there every day that he can. So this protocol just completely shut him down. So, I mean, I don't know. But something new I can say about this, though, is you guys can tell us your thoughts about the COVID protocol, too, if you leave like a review or a comment on the YouTube video or on Anchor Podcasts. Leave a little review. Let us know what you guys think, and we can discuss it next week, too. So with that being said, do you guys have anything else about the COVID protocol?
Nope.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, 'cause I kind of feel like that's a little bit of a repeat from last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't really need to go as much into detail this time around. So now is the injury and COVID list. John, do you have that up again by any chance?
I can.
If you don't
I did
mind.
not have that ready because I am not prepared.
Well, to be fair as well, I didn't really ask you to do it. It was just you had it up last week, so my mind went to you instantly for this week. That's my bad.
Okay. No, I got the article back. Okay. So, Carter Hart, Brassard, Lawton's back.
Drew and Provorov are back.
Yes.
Is there anybody on the COVID protocol list right now?
Let's see. This article's freaking December. Give me a second. You guys talk about something.
Yeah.
We
Go ahead,
have,
Sam.
we have 5 guys on the list in Lehigh Valley.
Okay, who are they?
Hayden Hodgson. Oh man, I forget the other 2 players, but our assistant coaches, Riley Armstrong and Jason Smith, are both out. And shout out to Danny Briere for helping Lappy behind the bench this weekend.
I was gonna say, is that why Briere was there?
Oh my god. Well, when I was at the Wilkes-Barre game, when the Phantoms were up there on Friday night, like my whole group that I was with like 15 people, and we all looked behind his bench like 3 times. We're like, is that Danny Briere? Oh my god, that's Danny Briere. And he was in Lehigh Valley last night, and he was there again today.
Yeah, so in case you guys don't get the full picture, Sam saw Danny Briere, instantly went fangirling, and didn't pay attention to the game.
Yes, I did. I
Are you
always
sure
pay
about
attention
that?
to the game.
Are you sure?
Pat, add something real quick.
Boom. Roasted.
All right. So I have the list. So this is an older article from last week. So TK, it says it's on it, but
he's back.
Yeah,
isn't
he's
he?
back. Drew, right? He's back. Provorov's
Mhm.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Sanheim.
He's back.
It says, Couturier's upper body injury, Ellis lower body injury, Derek Brassard's a hip.
Still out.
He hasn't come back yet. He's
Brassard's
skating,
out.
but he's still out. Nick Sealer and Jackson Cates both on COVID protocol.
Cates came back.
Right. I'm not sure about Sealer yet.
I think Sealer came back.
And
I believe I
Nate
saw him
Thompson,
on Thursday.
Nate Thompson had a shoulder injury.
Okay, I have the list. Sorry about that. Pat Nagel, who is the goalie who just got nominated or sent to the USA team. Logan Day, Hayden Hodgson, and assistant coaches Riley Armstrong and Jason Smith. And
You said Jason Smith?
Yes.
Okay.
And we also have injuries. Garrett Wilson was added to the injury list Friday night.
All right. So it seems like both teams, the Phantoms and the Flyers, still seem to have injuries that are affecting them. So that's not good.
Hard to get continuity in practice or lines if, everybody's in and out of the lineup, but everybody else is dealing with it. So it's not an excuse.
Well, with the Phantoms, with them being in protocol, they didn't get to have a skate or a practice on Tuesday like they were supposed to because of people still being in protocol. So they didn't get to practice until Friday morning, and then they had to play Friday night.
I gotcha.
So, I mean, they were slow this weekend. Today was probably their best game that they had all weekend. And they still lost.
Why do I have to keep hearing the L word with these teams?
Lose?
Yes.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I just did a simulation lottery draft, and the Flyers moved up to second overall pick in this lottery. I'm going to keep simming till we get the first one. That's 7, 8. Darn, we dropped down 1. 7. 9th. What the heck?
This isn't
8th.
working out for you.
7th. All right, get back to me. I'll let you know.
We'll get back to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Papp, the next GM of the Flyers.
Keep hitting the sim button if the lottery doesn't fall my way.
That'll be John as a GM the day before the draft. He'll just be like, simulate 7th, simulate 7th, simulate 8th, simulate 7th.
But Tankathon
10th.
has us here. Tankathon says we should take this guy.
But with Garrett Wilson being added, it was definitely worrisome for this weekend, and I think it had a huge part to play. Not a huge part. It was just worrisome. So what happened is Friday night they played the Pens at Wilkes-Barre, the baby Pens, obviously. Garrett Wilson went down. And from what I looked at the replays that Tony Andrakaitis had on his Twitter, he got tripped, he fell, and then the player's skate came right across his arm.
Ooh, that's always dangerous.
Yeah, so he got. I didn't see him fall. I didn't see him go down because I was too far, kind of like blocked my view. But all I remember is seeing Garrett get up and hold his arm, and he skated off to the tunnel, and we haven't seen him since.
John, do you have the RIP sound?
No, but I got this.
That's the sound that I was talking about.
It's a sad violin. It's not an RIP sound.
That's how it's labeled on my sound alert for my stream.
Oh.
That's why I said the RIP alert. So I guess we'll go into more of a Phantoms update now, since we're on. Holy crap! I already forgot his name. I was too busy trying. Yes, thank you. I was too busy trying to make fun of you.
Oh, thanks.
And I completely blanked out on the name.
Appreciate it, boys. I love getting made fun of.
We got it.
He got the first round.
First overall pick. Woo! Jumped up 6 spots. On
That was
35.
long. That was a long sound alert. Yeah, so how did the Phantoms do this week? I know last I checked, they were 9-1 of their last 10 games, but then they played a couple games after that.
So this weekend, they won Friday night. We actually went into overtime, I believe. I think. I don't remember. Seems like it was days ago. And then
It was days ago.
It probably was.
seems like it was like more than 2 days.
Emotional damage.
You were waiting to use that for
He really
the entire 47 minutes we've been live right now.
He really is. So they played Friday night against the Baby Pens. They played last night against the Baby Pens at home, and then we played the Toronto Marlies today.
3 games in a row?
Yes, it was the first time they've done that all season.
That is not player safety.
Yeah, no, that's rough.
Last night, I'm going to go into last night's game.
Sure.
I don't typically rip teams apart.
Uh-oh.
Get used to it.
But they played like absolute shit. Sorry. That's why we're labeled explicit.
Because of one curse word. That's why we're labeled explicit.
Yes. Anyway, turning over of the puck, being slow, it was awful. We got outplayed. We got outshot. We were, at one point, the Pens had, I want to say 30 shots, and we had 6.
Hey, my lucky number. Lucky number 6.
They played absolutely atrocious. It was.
Well, to be fair as well, that was their 3rd game in 3 days.
It was their 2nd, but yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
No, not today.
Okay.
Today they actually played decently.
Never mind.
It just looked like they were out of juice. Honestly, last night it was bad. It was really bad. Easily their worst game of the season. Easily. And they've been playing bad this season, but this was easily their worst game. The only bright spots were the people, Sandine. No, I think he got a goal last night, and Wade Allison. They were the only 2 bright spots last night, and they were the only 2 goal makers. We got 2 goals.
Goal makers.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh, I can't stand you 2 sometimes.
That wasn't me.
I know it wasn't. Today they played well. They should have won, but it went into overtime, and Toronto
lost in a shootout.
No, we lost in overtime.
That's what
I
I had on my
Phantoms
bingo
were good
board.
overtime. I thought the Phantoms were good in overtime. That's what you said last week.
Believe it or not, the Flyers are actually very good in overtime. They get good chances, but they just can't score, and
they can never finish, just like John.
Bruh. Fuck your life, bing bong.
They are good.
You what?
I'll stop.
They
Let
are
her talk. Go ahead.
They are good in overtime. It just today, Toronto's a stronger team. That's what it came down to. But they played much better today. They should not have won on Friday. I'm gonna say that. They got outplayed again Friday against the Baby Pens. Definitely outplayed last night. I don't know what that was last night, but that was just atrocious. They should have won today. Mr. Brennan Saunier got into a fight during the game. I think it was during the second. My 10-year-old niece was with me, so she got to see a fight, and she was all amped up after that. And
Just like her aunt.
oh, I love when they fight. It's great. She picked out her favorite player today, boys, so I was happy about that. Igor.
Wait, Allison?
Nope, Zamola.
Okay.
I was like, what
I can live with that.
I was like, what number do you like? She was like, I like number 4. He's tall. I'm like, okay.
No, he's not. He is not that tall.
To her, they're tall.
Imagine if Sam Morin was out there.
Oh my god.
First of all, Sam Morin walked through my school. He was in my pool. Him and Phil Myers. Thank you very much.
You're gonna keep going back to that picture you got 3 years ago.
Is it 3 years ago? 2 years ago.
Or it was either 2 or 3 years ago.
2.
Either way, it was a while ago. You can't keep bringing that up. They went once a couple of years ago. All right, we're good.
And then one got traded, and one can't stay healthy.
Yep. Pretty much.
Job.
I unfortunately did have to leave the game at the end of the second period today due to a snowstorm. Because I live very far. Well, not very far, but I live far enough away that I wanted to be home safely.
Bruh.
Shut up, John.
What a fan.
I'm there every other game. I don't want to hear it.
Well, there goes her article.
And I was listening on the app. So yeah, I can still write an article, Pat. Thank you. I was listening on the app. At the end of the game, I guess Saunier and the captain from the other team got into it, and they were the ones that originally had gotten into the first fight, and basically just a bunch of other players got into the fight. So naturally, I missed the best part of the game.
Yeah, and I bet you your niece would have been riding with them too.
She was more concerned about getting home because she was having a sleepover with a friend.
Oh.
So.
Priorities.
Yeah, I mean, she's 10. But yeah, it was a frustrating weekend. The announcer, I think I posted it on Twitter. The announcer before the game was like, welcome back to another fun, amazing day of hockey. And I looked up at him and I'm like, bro, were you here last night? Because it wasn't fun nor amazing.
It was just one night. It turned out to be a fun and amazing time.
Oh, hell no.
It was awful.
Sam, I want you, next time he says that, do it in that voice.
Oh, hell no.
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 You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Oh, I'm totally that guy.
But if I were to
Trust me, John. I'm that guy. Trust me.
But if I were
I'm
to
that
pick,
guy, pal. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. If I were to pick the 3 stars like they always pick of the weekend, easily Wade Allison, Lena Sandine, and Garrett Metcalf, who is our PTO goalie right now.
All right, so we might have a nice backup goalie for Hart next year is what you're saying?
Maybe. I think he needs to be in the AHL right now. He was only ever in the ECHL.
Then maybe move Sandstrom up?
Yeah. I foresee Sandstrom being backup.
Okay. I can live with that.
But, I mean, Garrett saved, I think, nearly 40 shots Friday night.
Doesn't matter who's in front of you if you can't defend.
Yeah. You're only as good as the
Fair
front
enough.
as the guys in front of you.
Yeah, and they've been looking really slow and sloppy, so we'll see where this goes.
Most people
all right,
like
do
it
we?
fast and sloppy.
Oh, hell no.
Crickets.
Sorry. I had to throw that in there.
So let's move to our predictions now,
All right.
because it definitely seems like the Phantoms aren't Sam's happy place right now.
They are. They always are.
So let's go to something better.
Predicting when the Flyers will lose.
Let's look at what we have on tap
So
last week.
we have Monday at New York against the Islanders. Tuesday home against the Islanders, so home and home. Thursday home against the Columbus Blue Jackets, so Jake Voracek comes back for the first time this season. And Saturday will be away against Buffalo. So out of those four, let's go with Sam first. We keep interrupting her today, and we're making fun of her a lot. So
It's fine.
we'll let her go first.
I'm used to it, boys. It's fine.
Okay, maybe John should go first then. For all you on Anchor, I just got the death stare. Sam, go ahead.
And that's why you should listen to us on Anchor, but come back and watch us on YouTube. We are a delight.
Just remember, two out of the three of us have a face for radio.
Now the question is, which one of us is the TV?
Oh, I never said it was a face for TV.
Well, let's just face it. I'm the prettier one. I'm kidding.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 Bazinga!
Oh, I can't. I'm crying.
Okay, your prediction, Sam?
Jesus, the Islanders. They're just as bad as we are. I think we might win one of the two.
Wrong.
I'm actually gonna be at the game for Jamie on Tuesday. My first time in the Flyers press box, so it's pretty exciting. Columbus, I don't know, man. They ran right and steamrolled over Carolina, so I don't know. Loss and Buffalo. Buffalo's just as bad as we are, so that might be a win.
According to Tankathon, Buffalo is number 4 right now.
All right. So you're saying 2-2?
Yeah.
So okay, am I up?
She wants a 2-2.
Am I up?
Yep.
1, 3, and 1. No, wait, that's way too many games.
I was gonna say
1,
5 games.
2, and 1.
God damn it! I was thinking the same thing, John.
They need to. I think they're gonna split with the Islanders, and they are going to lose in overtime to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and then with Buffalo, we need to lose to Buffalo to help us get the help us in the draft stock.
I knew where he was going with that as soon as he said we were going to lose to overtime to Columbus.
We need a loss. Definitely need a loss to Buffalo. So there we go. 1, 2, and 1.
Pat.
Just to be different, I'm going to say they're going to go 2-1-1. I know, hard to believe. They get 2 wins in the same week. I think they're going to split Islanders again.
Smoke weed every day.
That one just made
like,
made
you're
no
high
sense
on
whatsoever.
something if you think they're winning twice this week.
Okay, now that makes more sense now that you explained it. I think they're going to split the Islanders. They're going to lose to Columbus. And they're going to beat Buffalo.
Oh,
but I said
really?
I said 2-1-1, so I think they're going to lose in overtime to the Islanders. And then beat the Islanders at home.
We need to lose to Buffalo.
I don't know. We did last year.
Lose. Guys, come on. Get on the tank bandwagon.
I'm just trying to be realistic. I think they can pull off 2 wins this week. 2-1-1. That's my prediction.
2-2.
Sam's 2-2.
2-1.
John's
psychopaths.
Well, according to John, there's like 8 games this week, so he's like 1-7-1.
Yeah. I don't know.
Even though that added up to 9 games, but we'll ignore that. All right. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
No, sir.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening to episode 2 of the Pucking Flyers podcast. We will figure out when our next recording will be out, and I'm assuming we're going to be trying to do one every week now. At this rate,
week to 2 weeks, depending on
every week to
schedules.
10 days. We'll go with that for right now, depending on how important this is to John.
Whoa, that's a shot across.
Fuck your life, bing bong.
That is a shot across the nose. I'm the one who watches every game while Pat's over here streaming and focusing on his other friends.
I got to make money.
I'm always here for you, John.
Wrong.
Huh?
I'm always here for you.
You're over here in the Phantoms. I'm the only one here in the Flyers.
Listen, I use NHL 66, and I watch the games from home. So I don't want to hear that I don't watch the games, because I do. And I'm going to be there.
You are fake news.
I just like to get everybody a little riled up here.
Yeah, it's easy to get me riled up. So.
What did he say?
You never. Alex Lyon is a horrible goalie. All right, guys, that's enough for episode 2, and we will catch you guys next time. Stay safe out there, and peace out.
Adios.
Bye, guys.